Kier. We believe the essence of any visual performance is spreading happiness. While being stupefied by magic, amazed by cardistry, or savoring a well-crafted cocktail, for that split second, we can forget about the mundane reality we live in. We can feel joy, we can feel happy, and that is truly magical. We wanted to create a deck that consistently reminds us of this, an everyday carry that was simple and practical, but also beautiful and elegant. We introduced the Gin and Tonic playing cards. The Gin and Tonic represents not a particular drink, but rather symbolizes the essence of magic. The cocktail gracefully captures its nature, it's visual, it's captivating, it's different, like any magic trick should be. Each new glass and each new performance is a unique experience. They all have their own stories. And an experience is never fully experienced until shared with another. There is no magic without an audience to perform for, no cardistry without a community to share it with, and surely a drink is much more enjoyable with a friend to share it with. The real magic happens in sharing happiness with others. This is why we created the Gin and Tonic playing cards. We believe in spreading happiness and sharing with others. So we invite you to share a drink with us. Have a glass of happiness, a glass of experience, a glass of Gin and Tonic. What's up, everybody? Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. I really hope you guys enjoyed that intro. I had a lot of fun making it. I know it was something a little bit different than what I normally do, but I mean, come on, isn't that the whole point of YouTube? Is just to grow, get new ideas, expand to new people? I don't even know what I'm saying. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Speaking of intros, as you guys could tell from today's intro and as well from the thumbnail and title of this video, we are definitely going to be discussing a deck of cards today. Specifically, we are going to be reviewing the Gin and Tonic playing cards. This is the first deck by the Vujade Playing Card Company. This deck was done as a Kickstarter. This is their first deck ever, and it was successfully funded and recently finished printing at the USPCC and has started in fulfillment. The guys over at the Vujade Playing Card Company were nice enough to send me a little care package. It had some samples of the deck as well as a nice letter, which I used to make the intro. Now, personally, I saw this deck, I think, just as the Kickstarter was ending, and I was pretty excited for it to be fulfilled so that way I could pick some up. So they beat me to it by sending me these, and I have to say, I'm pretty excited to look into it. So before we get started, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
Alright, so as I mentioned, the Gin and Tonic deck was the first deck released by the Vujade company. This was a Kickstarter that was successfully funded. Now, I really enjoy the visuals that they used for this campaign. They had great 3D imaging, some amazing trailer work done like in CGI. It just looked so good. And I think that largely the success of the campaign is due to those exciting visuals, and that's something that I think when it comes to Kickstarter is so important, and these guys nailed it. Let's take a look at the cards themselves, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion on what I think. The tuck box is really nice, done in this really rich royal blue color. Super blue. It's a little bit lighter than like the color of my hat, maybe closer to these lights back here. I'm gonna try in editing to make sure that I don't compromise that blue. It does look really good. You can also see on the front of the tuck box that there is this Gin and Tonic kind of highball glass caricature. I really do like the image itself, but I'm not 100% fond of that font under there. So maybe something that I would have done would have been make it a little bit more like the playing cards font, just something a little bit more standard, but that's just me. One side of the deck says a glass of happiness, and the other side says a glass of experience. Now, the idea behind this deck, or the concept, is that this deck should be a everyday carry, something that any working magician could just grab, throw it in your jacket pocket or in your backpack. That idea came from the fact that no two gin and tonics or no two well-crafted cocktails are exactly alike. In the same way that for a magician, there's definitely never gonna be any performance that you've done that's exactly the same as the one before it or the next one. Every experience is different, every spectator is different, and likewise, every cocktail is a little bit different. The bottom of the box has some ad copy letting you know that this is one of only 1,000 decks printed. Also has the Vujade playing card logo there. The top of the deck has that same highball glass, only this time it's done in all white ink. And the back design, of course, is the back design of the cards. Nice and minimal, so let's talk a little bit more about that. Oh, and by the way, one more thing. So you get on the sides a glass of happiness, a glass of experience, and then on the inside tongue flap, you can see it says a glass of gin and tonic. Now, something interesting about this is gin is spelled with a J, on this deck instead of a G, which is how Jin is normally spelled. So I don't know if that's just like my ignorance or if I'm missing something. So if you guys know why the J on here, leave me a comment, just kind of let me know. All right, so let's take a look at the cards. Ooh, nice. All right, your back design looks like this. So you get that same very elegant, rich royal blue color. Fills up most of the back design, but you also get a nice thin white border and a royal blue and white micro border to kind of add some dimension or just a little bit more of a layer to that design, which looks really nice. And you get those mirrored highball cocktails, the Gin and Tonic. So they have a lemon in them, some ice cubes, and a red straw. Super minimal. Think like something that you would find on like an OPC deck or like the Madison Rounders. Tons of decks that do this. This is a very popular formula, and I can see why. I mean, for a working magician, you really don't need much more than this. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Ace of Spades. You get this enlarged spade pip, nice sharp edges on it. Look at how sharp that is. Inside of that Ace of Spades, you get a Gin and Tonic, once again, on a little table, and then you get some kind of white accents inside to add some texture. Again, you get that Gin and Tonic kind of cursive style font. Seeing it like this, I'm not warming up to it just yet, but I really do like the Ace other than that font. Other than the font, I think this is really, really nice, very classy. You are gonna get two identical jokers. It has that same Gin and Tonic highball on it with those ice cubes and that lemon wedge. Very casino-esque. It says Gin and Tonic in the corners instead of saying Joker. Now this is really nice, and I've said this in past videos, I do like that kind of format for jokers where it's really just an extra card that gives a simple callback to the design. It works really well with this type of deck, these minimalist decks. The only thing that I would have added would have been, I would have put a reveal inside of one of those lemon wedges. I think that would have looked insane. That would have looked so cool. Or maybe even in one of the ice cubes, or in two of the ice cubes. Just something to set it apart from the other Joker, but also something that a working magician could use in one of their routines, or that they could use as a kind of cleanup, or they could use it as, they could use it as even a multiple outs situation. I don't know, reveals can be used for a lot of different stuff, so I think I would have put that on one of the Jokers. All right, now as far as ad cards and Gaff cards, you are gonna get two Gaff cards and no ad cards, which I really appreciate. You are gonna get a blank-faced playing card. You can use this for all kinds of different magic effects. You'll see people use it as like a color change. You'll see some people use it for a blank fan or a card eraser. And you are also gonna get a double backer Gaff card. Now this is personally, I think, one of my favorite Gaff cards only because it's so usable. You can use a double backer for a control. You can use it for a force. I mean, there's just all kinds of little things where a double backer can really come in handy. Now that's it in terms of the custom cards. The rest are completely bicycle standard. They look the exact same as you would find them on any deck of bicycles, bees, tally-hos, whatever the case is. Even down to the court cards, they are completely USPCC standard. So this is a deck that through and through is made just for workers. Again, the idea for this deck is that you're headed to a gig, you grab this deck off of your counter or whatever, if it's in your car, and you know that you can put on an awesome performance and you're gonna have a deck that's reliable, that's familiar to spectators, that also looks pretty damn cool. So really nice job with that. So let's talk a little bit about the actual paper that the cards are printed on. So this deck was printed by the United States Playing Card Company. You guys know the USPCC. I don't need to get into why they are the best company to print with, but ultimately the cards were printed at the best quality. So these ones are on crushed premium paper stock. So right out of the box, I noticed immediately that these feel the exact same as like the red roses or the alt rosa black roses. These feel the exact same. So they have that wonderful, wonderful kind of thin feel, but they're a little bit more sturdy than like a crushed bicycle deck. But as well, they have that buttery air cushion finish that most USPCC decks do, and I really, really like just the way that the cards feel. They faro best, looks like from top to bottom. So this is why certain angles, I mean, yeah, so just in general, I mean, in terms of the handling, if you guys own any premium quality decks by USPCC, so anything that's on crushed premium stock, Theory 11 decks, Orbits, Black Roses, I mean, they all kind of have that similar feel. These also feel a lot like the Jerry's Nugget modern reprints. So take all of that into account. Ultimately, I think it's a really, really nice feeling deck. If you guys know the USPCC, you know exactly how this is gonna feel, and you're probably already picking up some decks. Anyway, so that was my review of the deck. I really appreciate the Vujade Playing Card Company for sending me some samples. Not only was it a little bit unexpected to hear from you guys, but also could not have come at a better time because I straight up was about to buy these as soon as Murphy's got them. So they sent me this really cool typed up kind of excerpt, and I actually used this. This was the script that you heard in the intro trailer. And then they sent me some decks that I can use for gigs or to make videos with. So I'm definitely going to put these to good use. I've pretty much destroyed this deck already just in the couple days that I've been using it. But what I want to know is what you guys think of these playing cards. Do you like this minimal workers back format? I think, it was really, really popular a couple years ago. It's still relevant today, and it's one of those formats that I think is kind of a forever design format for playing cards because it's simple, but it's clean, it's reliable, it's something that you can sell, and to be honest, in most cases, it just looks damn good. As well, if you guys are interested in picking up a deck of the Jin and Tonic playing cards for yourselves, I have left some links down below of where you can get them, but they're pretty much available anywhere that custom playing cards are sold. I know my upload schedule has been a little bit weird lately. That is just due to some of the big projects that I'm working on. It's taking up a lot of my time, so I will ask that you guys bear with me. I'll still be bringing you at least one video a week. It just may not specifically be every Saturday anymore. Anyway, all kinds of fun updates, so now would be a great time to subscribe if you haven't already. Join the notification squad so you don't miss anything, and you can let me know if you were into this video by dropping a big fat thumbs up on it for me, and leave me a nice comment. I always enjoy reading those. Alright guys, be on the lookout for more stuff coming very soon, probably sooner than you think. I have some stuff to do, I'm sure you guys have some stuff to do, so I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.